Hello gamers, this is Sai, and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now, why is it never a good idea to mess around with computers? The dreaded blue screen of death, the bane of PC gamers everywhere. And with that being said, let's go on with the video. Now, the Gamerholic has issued me with yet another challenge.
What are your top 10 Japanese RPG games that are not Squaresoft or Square Enix? That's right, I'm bridging the gap.
Now that's a good challenge, and of course I accept. And apparently, I'm getting a watch for Christmas.
That's pretty good.
But before I retort with a challenge of my own, here are my top 10 MS-DOS games that I enjoy playing. And coming at number 10 working as a team is the endearing Lemmings. No top 10 list can be complete without the endearing Lemmings, a puzzle strategy game that has gamers guiding a group of lemmings through several stages full of peril. However, in order to create a safe passage for the other lemmings, gamers must decide what skills will be needed to reach the goal. Being classed as a true classic of puzzle strategy games, Lemmings has had several expansions over the years and found a home on most gaming systems since its initial release. Even now you can download Lemmings to your phone. With up to 99 lemmings to keep safe from harm, can gamers finish all 120 stages and complete this classic of the MS-DOS era. Saving the dystopian world of the 22nd century at number 9 is Crusade and No Remorse. In this isometric action-adventure title set within the 22nd century, a super soldier known as the Captain defects from the WEC and joins the Resistance. From here, the Captain begins the long journey of bringing down the WEC and saving the planet in the process. Being able to use a wide array of weapons is a nice touch, especially those that cause disintegration. With its decent gameplay and a great story, Crusade and No Remorse is a must-have title, especially for gamers wanting to expand their MS-DOS collection. But do they have what it takes to bring down the WEC? Travelling through time at number 8 is Day of the Tentacle. 5 years after the events of Manic Mansion, certain events cause Purple Tentacle to transform into a being with a thirst for global domination. But luckily, Bernard Bernoulli and his housemates hear the plea of Green Tentacle. From here, an adventure through time will begin with humorous results that will determine the fate of the world. Day of the Tentacle is a point-and-click adventure game unlike others that have come before. Instead of playing as one character, gamers get to play as 3 over various time zones throughout history. The actions of the past will cause effects into the future, which gamers can use to their advantage in this fun and addictive game. But can Purple Tentacle be stopped in time? And why is it a bad idea to tamper with history? Jumping over that leap at number 7 is Stunts. When it comes to racing games, most follow the basic formula of travelling from point A to point B in the fastest time possible. But just imagine racing through a number of courses filled to the brim with loops, jumps and the ever difficult corkscrew. This is what made Stunts such a great game, and with the option of creating your own racing tracks, made Stunts a classic for the MS-DOS era. Gamers were able to push the limits of their imagination and beyond when creating racing tracks. And what was a nice touch to this classic game was the chance of testing the custom-made racing tracks. But the question is, do gamers have what it takes to create the ultimate racetrack for stunt drivers? Can Guybrush III save the day at number 6 with the Curse of Monkey Island? Now, who has always dreamed of sailing the 7 seas, looking for buried treasure, and becoming a pirate throughout the ocean? This is the continued dream of Guybrush III, main protagonist of the Monkey Island series. The Curse of Monkey Island is a classic point-and-click adventure game filled with plenty of puzzles, a decent story, and humorous moments that will have gamers laughing out loud. The Curse of Monkey Island is based in the Tri-Island area of the Caribbean, and as gamers explore this fictional archipelago, they must pay attention to everything that they see, as even the smallest detail can have a huge impact on the story. Over the course of the adventure, Guybrush III would encounter many characters of all shapes and sizes, including the deadly skeleton warrior known as Murray. Will Guybrush III ever break the curse on his beloved Elaine, put a stop to the deadly pirate LeChuck, and will Murray ever find a new body? Saving lives at number 5 is Theme Hospital. In the world of gaming, there are some titles that have become infamous over the years, and when it comes to Theme Hospital, this statement can't be more true. Of course, combining all this with dark humour made Theme Hospital such a classic, very much like Theme Park. This classic game from developer Bullfrog plays similar to Dungeon Keeper. However, gamers are tasked with the successful running of a hospital filled with quirky employees, bizarre diseases, and even stranger occurrences with each playthrough. And as the game progresses, the difficulty spike increases, which only adds to the challenge. But if gamers aren't careful, there could be a breakout of the King Complex, where even Elvis returns from the grave. Aiming for pedestrians at number 4 is Carmageddon. Carmageddon is a basic racing game at its core, but unlike other games within the racing genre, Carmageddon is a little bit different. Gamers can choose to either win the race normally, destroy the opponent's cars, or run down each and every single pedestrian on the stage. With 36 racing tracks to complete, there are plenty of challenges to keep gamers occupied. And when combining all the mayhem with a large variety of power-ups, Carmageddon has certainly taken its spot within the massive collection of games that make up the MS-DOS operating system's library. But can gamers run down every single pedestrian in order to win the race? Firing a rocket at number 3 is the fantastic Worms. Most gamers of a certain age will look back through the MS-DOS library of games and come across the 90s classic known as Worms. In this infamous game, Worm is pitted against Worm in turn-based military combat. Each stage within Worms is auto-generated, so no game is the same as the other. And from this simple idea, many sequels would follow, including some appearing on modern-day consoles. Now most gamers had the pleasure of naming the Worms on their team, and one gamer I know always had a Worm called Spadge of Team 17, who will make an appearance in my Worms timeline video next year. Yes! Stealing cars and earning money at number 2 is GTA. In the world of gaming, there are 3 letters that are linked to a very well-known gaming series. And since its inception, GTA has become a staple of video game history. With the original hitting PCs all the way back in the 90s, GTA became an instant classic, especially thanks to a sandbox style of gameplay and over-the-top violence. GTA's 3 main cities split into 6 stages. It felt like each city was bigger than it actually was. Gamers could steal each vehicle that they came across, some better than others, but be warned, as some vehicles were fitted with car bombs. And from the popularity surrounding GTA, a legendary franchise was born. And here's a free tip for newer gamers: look out for the group of pedestrians clothed in orange, especially for the multi-kill status. And now fighting the denizens of hell at number 1 is the legendary Doom 2. Now the original Doom is one of the most infamous first-person shooting games of all time. However, when it came to Doom 2, this sequel was the perfect follow-up to the legendary classic that put first-person shooting games on the map. In Doom 2, Freshman's violent brush with death, Doom guys return back on Earth, and the blue planet we call home is now overrun with the demonic hordes of hell. Doom 2 has 4 increasingly difficult episodes, and with 30 stages to traverse through, Doom Guy will certainly have to fight for survival, but luckily, there are plenty of weapons and power-ups to collect along the way. Gamers will enjoy this legendary game, but are they brave enough to play all 4 episodes of Doom 2 on the hardest nails Nightmare Mode? So there you have it, my top 10 MS-DOS games that I've enjoyed playing over the years. But before I finish the video, I have an idea for the Gamerholic.
Oh yeah, It's all coming together.
Now Justin, I want to see you make a video on the best gamer magazines that have been released over the years, and also which had the best demo discs.
Nice.
Anyway, come back next time where I take a look at the popular games from Namco and how one gaming series raised the bar for light gun games. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.